Georgie and Mandy's first marriage, quietly becoming HBO Max's most popular sitcom, says a lot about where television audiences are right now, and even more about why this show is working when so many others struggle to connect. On paper, it shouldn't be the breakout hit. It's a spin-off of a spin-off, centered on a character who spent years as comic relief, and it deliberately keeps one of the franchise's most famous faces, Sheldon Cooper, largely out of the spotlight. Yet despite all that, or maybe because of it, the series has found a massive audience that keeps coming back week after week. Part of the show's popularity comes from how unexpectedly grounded it feels. Unlike many modern sitcoms that rely on high-concept gimmicks or nonstop jokes, Georgie and Mandy's first marriage leans into realism. The comedy comes from exhaustion, misunderstanding, financial pressure, and the awkward moments that happen when two people commit to a life they weren't fully prepared for. Viewers recognize themselves in that messiness, and that recognition builds loyalty in a way flashy storytelling rarely does. The show's success also reflects a shift in what audiences want from sitcoms. For years, sitcoms chase speed, punchlines, and exaggerated personalities. This series slows things down. It allows scenes to breathe. It lets arguments go unresolved. It lets silence do some of the work. That approach feels closer to real life, and in a streaming landscape full of noise, that calm honesty stands out. Georgie himself is a big reason the show resonates. He isn't a genius, a prodigy, or someone destined for greatness. He's a young man trying to hold things together with limited tools and even less confidence. Running the tire store, paying bills, supporting Mandy, and trying to be a good father all weigh on him constantly. His struggles aren't glamorous, but they're relatable, especially to viewers who've had to grow up faster than they wanted to. Mandy's role is just as important to the show's popularity. She isn't written as a perfect partner or an idealized sitcom wife. She's ambitious, frustrated, occasionally selfish, and often overwhelmed. Her career goals clash with family responsibilities in ways that feel painfully real. Audiences connect with her because she's allowed to be flawed without being villainized, a balance many sitcoms fail to strike. Another reason the show dominates HBO Max's sitcom lineup is how confidently it separates itself from young Sheldon. Instead of relying on nostalgia or constant callbacks, Georgie and Mandy's first marriage builds its own identity. Sheldon's absence, which initially worried fans, actually strengthens the series. Without him, the show avoids comparisons and allows its characters to exist without being measured against genius or legacy. That independence helps the series feel fresh rather than recycled. The writing also plays a huge role in the show's success. The humor isn't forced. Jokes grow naturally out of situations instead of interrupting them. A bad decision leads to consequences. A misunderstanding doesn't magically resolve by the end of the episode. This consistency creates trust between the show and its audience. Viewers know the story won't cheat just to land a laugh. Streaming audiences especially reward that kind of honesty. On HBO Max, viewers aren't tuning in casually the way they might with network TV. They're choosing what to watch, often late at night, often binging episodes back to back. A show like Georgie and Mandy's first marriage fits that behavior perfectly. Its emotional continuity encourages viewers to keep watching, and its quieter tone suits longer viewing sessions. There's also a generational factor at play. Older fans of The Big Bang Theory recognize the Cooper family dynamics, while younger viewers relate to the anxiety of early adulthood. The show bridges that gap without pandering to either side. It doesn't explain itself too much, and it doesn't rely on inside jokes to survive. That wide appeal is exactly what drives strong streaming numbers. The supporting cast further boosts the show's popularity. Characters like Audrey, Missy, and others aren't just comedic accessories. They actively complicate Georgie and Mandy's lives. Family pressure, judgment, and unsolicited advice feel painfully accurate, and viewers see their own relatives reflected in those interactions. The show understands that marriage doesn't happen in a vacuum. It's shaped by everyone around it. What's especially impressive is that the show achieves popularity without constant spectacle. There are no huge twists every episode. No shocking deaths. No wild tonal shifts. Instead, it builds momentum slowly. Each episode adds weight to the last. That steady accumulation of emotional investment is why viewers stick around and why word of mouth has helped the series rise above other sitcoms on the platform. The success of Georgie and Mandy's first marriage also signals something important for HBO Max. It proves that sitcoms don't need to be loud or outrageous to succeed in the streaming era. They can be subtle. They can be character-driven. They can prioritize emotional truth over viral moments. This show sets a blueprint for what modern sitcom success can look like. Its popularity isn't just about numbers, it's about connection. Viewers don't just watch Georgie and Mandy, they worry about them. They debate their decisions. They feel frustrated when things go wrong. That level of engagement is rare, especially for a sitcom, and it explains why the show continues to dominate conversations despite its understated style. Ultimately, Georgie and Mandy's first marriage becoming HBO Max's most popular sitcom feels earned. It didn't chase attention. It earned it by telling a story that feels honest, uncomfortable, and deeply human. In a crowded streaming world full of noise, that sincerity has become its greatest strength. And that's why audiences keep coming back, not for spectacle, but for truth wrapped in quiet comedy.